Hello and welcome to Roll for Topic. This is Chris Salzman, and it's just me today. Andy is not here. We were at the Ann Arbor Library's RPG Fest this past weekend, and I'm pretty sure that he picked up something at the con. He rolled a critical fail on his Constitution check, and I think he's just down for the count. I apologize. I will never make a Constitution saving throw joke like that again, or at least I'll try to not to. But yeah, so this week I'm just going to come and talk to you just for a couple minutes, and we'll be back in a few weeks with a normally scheduled episode. If this is the first time you're listening to Roll for Topic, I apologize. This is not our normal sort of thing, but just things happen with scheduling, and that's totally okay. Yeah, so if this is the first one that you're listening to, you might as well just hit pause, go ahead, delete this one, go back a couple episodes and try one of those instead. And then you can come back and this will be sort of like bonus content for you later. Yeah, but I didn't want to leave you, totally hanging, right? So this is nominally a podcast about discussing topics related to GMing. And so one thing that I've been thinking about recently is Halloween is coming up, right? And so Halloween is very spooky, and right, to me, it also sort of represents the beginning of the holiday season, which is often a good time to take a step back and do something a little bit abnormal, have some fun, do more of a cozy game or something that's a little bit more thematic. Not that your game can't be cozy from week to week, but I find that sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a break and to treat things a bit differently as you're going throughout the year. So last year, what I did for my games is for the D&D game, we ended up doing a little bit of a haunted house diversion, which was fun to do, right? So they stepped through a portal and there was a haunted house basically that they had to go through. So we did that for a couple weeks and that was a nice diversion. And then I also ran a one shot of Kids on Bikes during, I think on Halloween. We might have done it on Halloween day or like the day after. But that was a lot of fun, right? So it has a sort of Stranger Things vibe, and to me, the strongest parts of Stranger Things are those like holiday episodes, and especially the ones around Halloween, where there's sort of just this sort of the natural creepiness in the air of people running around in costumes and stuff like that. When I'm thinking about what I want to do this year, I don't know if I'm going to do something very Halloween specific, but I am going to do something that to me has the feel of the fall season. So, and that game is The Quiet Year. So I ran this a couple times at the library event, and our next episode will be focused a little bit more on how that went and, things that we learned from it. So I ran The Quiet Year for a few groups there, and I really like it. And the thing that I like about The Quiet Year the most is it has this sort of melancholy feel. Like you sort of know that it's going to end with something bad happening. It just makes you think about sort of some of those things that I associate with fall, which is like the end of something and kind of going into something new. So we're probably going to play that, and I've been chatting with some of the folks who I'm going to play with, and we're thinking we're going to do it over cider and donuts. And then my friend George mentioned that, we should do it around a campfire too. So one thing that I've thought about doing, and I don't know if I'm going to do this, is there's a mechanic in the game where you draw from a deck of cards and you see what you drew, and then it's associated with sort of an action that you end up taking in the game. So I think we might draw the card and then throw it in the fire. I don't know exactly what that represents, to be honest. It just seems like a fun sort of thematic thing to do. And I can see that being a memorable thing. That's what I'm planning on doing. I would love to hear what you're planning on doing, right? Whether that's a spooky game or a spoopy game, or you're not going to do anything, right? Just, reach out, let me know. Also, if you have any sort of like memories of games that you ran around Halloween that you really appreciated and really liked. Because, we're always looking for inspiration of stuff we can do with our groups. That's all that I have for you today, right? I contemplated doing like a clip show, which would have been interesting. I could have like brought up every time we mentioned Blades in the Dark, which I think would have probably gone a lot longer than 30 minutes. Honestly, I also thought about just rolling on the table myself and just talking about a topic for 30 minutes. That would have been awful for everybody, to be honest. As it is, it's a little odd to me sitting in my studio talking for 5 minutes to nobody other than me, but I think it should be fine. Again, I apologize if this is the first episode you ever listened to. This is just kind of an abnormal week. It's fine. We'll pick back up where we are. We super appreciate you listening anyway. You have so many choices for what you can be listening to, and it just means the world to us that you're even choosing to subscribe to our podcasts, right? Like, we don't do this professionally. Everything we do is word of mouth, so anyone who subscribes is just it means a lot. So by all means, continue to reach out if you have any comments, critiques. If you know anyone who should be a guest on the podcast, we'd love to hear that too. But until next time, remember, if your players are having fun, you're a great GM.